Okay, so I'm back here again. It's another video showing you my animal productions. So I'm heading up to my second piece of garden. We have just came from looking after my goats. So I'm gonna go check on my sheep. Up here it's pretty high. The garden is up there. And for now, sheep and goat, I mean, are nice. There's my sheep. Well, the both of them, two female. I do have to monitor my female closely. So I've gotten them some time apart. I also just give you a little tour of the view. Also getting ready to do one mating. Okay, so I want to give the mother enough time, as what I did in most of my videos. I want to give the mom enough time to eat, make sure that she's actually in a good position. You see, belly looks really full. I have her eating a lib. Yeah, it's the best practice, I think, for animals. Well, I know for a fact for animals. Okay, the more they eat a lib, it's even better. Also, less stress when it comes to picking up worms and so forth. So because the animal is actually in a moving state, it's less likely to pick up the worms, because there is enough space of garden where she can eat and she can make the complete round. Also, when it comes to rainfall, pretty good also. So in this gardens where I got some yams and so forth, so I do need to go and check them, even if she's okay. And what I can say is, actually, if you got animals and you have come to the site where they are, you know for a fact that they're okay, because you have seen they're okay, but you still need to check and make sure that they're really fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go check her, remove her. Maybe I can put her in here so she can pick and eat and choose as she like. Okay, so before, she used to be fed scarcely, because I had a plan to bring her up here, but she was actually pregnant, so it had given me some layback as to getting her, you know, on the right frame back where she should eat enough and feel happy about what she's doing. But as I said, I have found out that she's pregnant. Can't leave her out here. It will actually raining, so the land is in a very nice view, you know, besides that. So as I was saying, outside is raining and so forth. For the kid, I couldn't have taken the chance. So now I'm getting a proper structure set up here. I know for a fact that I have a good place where I can leave her. Okay, I also got a little setup that I bring here with a housing for whenever she decides to do her second piece of mating. So as I said, I'm now going to just want to run through the process of mating her over and over to break that cycle, or let her get less durable. But I want her to be more solid. So she did call the last time for mating, the mating season. She was looking for a male. I even got the whole system set up as to where I'm going to get her a male and so forth. So now, as you can see, she has been eating, and even the young one has been eating very good. It's comfortable eating. It's the way I like to eat myself. Comfortably being able to choose what you want to eat. Okay, so in this video You're looking to get into livestock farming. So far into livestock farming, I can say it has been the best farming that I ever choose. Okay, I had the chance to do farmings like short crops, long-term crops, all of the sort. But livestock farming, I have seen ways that I can be really, really, really efficient. And I'm not only talking about efficient by making money or any stuff like that, but efficient in the way of being able to move, being able to have time to get other businesses done. So that is what I've been seeing for such some time. And I would recommend if anyone is doing livestock, you got gardens, you don't love doing farming, but you have a passion for animals, it's a good thing. Okay? It's a good thing, it's a good start, it's a good business on the whole. So they said, so I can just let she come up to wherever she likes to eat. Okay? Because you can see that belly is really round. She gets restless of eating. I love it like this. When my animals are restless of eating, they always have enough to eat. So that is how I'm gonna leave her. Just gonna throw that stuff right there. And if I want, I can head right away back down. If I want, I can just stay some time with them. But I prefer you spend a little time with the animals, let them feel comfortable knowing that it's you there, so forth. I will have to spend most of my time in, like, based on my scheduling, it can be something like half an hour to an hour per animal, because this is going to be sheep and goats here, right here. And besides there, I got other gardens up that I want to do cows in. So at least I'm going to have to spare 2 to 3 hours of my time to make sure that I spend some time here. But what I'm going to be doing, since the gardens are actually linked to one side, I can branch from one garden to the other garden until I reach here. And when I go to the final garden down, I just go home. So it's even linked in a very nice way. As I said, she has the time to eat all what she can eat. Even if her belly is full, she can still eat. That's a good thing about it. Okay? And what I like also, her belly is actually still filled and she is still eating. So that's a good sign of a healthy animal. And as I said, she can eat whatsoever she chooses. I believe the animals grow better that way. They love growing that way. You know, you eat wherever you like to eat. You eat what you choose to eat, so forth, you know. You feel happy about what you're eating. So, they're good. They're even better than me. They're eating. I'm not even eating as yet. But they're eating. I want to leave them there to eat. And as I said, during the mating process, whenever she wants to start mating, she and the small one, I'm going to try to get the mate for the both of them one time. So the next process I think what's going to be happening here with the animals, they're going to be at least maybe she might make 2. I think I'm going to try and get a good sub for the mother, at least that she can put on at least 2 to 3 animals per time. And also, as I said, I've got some yams here. So in that whole garden is yams, and the yams are going to get some real good time to get cleaned out manually, start over fresh, regrow, you know, those kind of a sort of things, even a little bit of fresh manure and so forth. So that land is going to be just filled with animals after some time. I want to make here their home, so that's why I started letting her grow with the technique with putting a piece of stick there, a good piece of stick, not just a piece of stick, something solid, at least stick like this. So when you put it there and you leave it along about 3 feet, 2 feet, she pulls that and it's going to stick somewhere in the garden. It's not going to go any further. And these are like mountain lands, so to actually bypass there to get down there, it's really difficult. So I make sure that the borders is good. In the future, I can plant some fences and so forth around the border to keep the animals in one place. Clean that side. You see, I even got some spice trees that I have to tend to, but my timing is not the way that I actually had planned it out. But still, they're here. They're not gonna die. So I'm gonna leave them to grow still. I got some time, and so far, the sheep are actually just cleaning that garden for me, which is something very great. So if you're into farming, as I said, I've just gotten a touch into the livestock farming and it's going pretty fine. Okay, all what I need to do now is step up my game, so I have at least 1 year, 1 month and some weeks to finish off my program, which I'm doing right now. And from there, I'm gonna have enough time to come here, focus on my garden here, cut down all those old bushes, let grass grows up, because reproduction is going to be going on. And as reproduction is going on, then I believe there are going to be more animals here in sooner or later time. I could have rushed the breeding and get her fertilizing all over the place as quick as possible, but I want to take my time, make sure I structure it right, because I've seen mistakes that I've made with my businesses before where I didn't have the time to structure my business right. So right about now, I can see things that I could approach, but I'm not going to approach it. I'm going to watch it for a while and make sure I find the perfect approach. So when I do that approach, it's going to be one job laid down and it's not going to be any problem. So far, so good. So I'm going to leave them here and I'm going to get back home. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do. And as I said, if you love my content, you have seen my content anywhere, and you wish to subscribe to my channel, it's actually a very good thing. So all of the gardens have some sort of view. The one right down below don't have much of a view, but at least there is some sort of a view. So I do have to bring my goat up to the second piece of garden, but due to the way how I see things are actually rocking, and how things are going, I believe I may have to change my mind. Okay, I'm gonna put my goats and my sheep. You see, that's what I was saying, that when I take my time and do my business the way I wanted to do it, I can see the different changes that need to be made. So I would have bring her up already, but I could see that the two were actually getting along very fine. The goat and the sheep were getting along pretty fine. So what I can do, I can take the sheep, the goat, it can be tomorrow morning, and I have the same stick tied to her, and I can have her up here also eating together with the sheep. So it's going to be more comfortable for them to eat. They're going to feel more comfortable in one place. The two young ones can actually meet together. So I'm going to actually grow my goats and sheep together because they're all female, so that's not going to be a problem. When I actually get this piece of garden on a flourishing, then I have a piece higher up that I can take, maybe at least 2 female, 1 goat, 1 sheep. It may be sheep alone. I'm not going to put my goat all the way up there. So it's maybe sheep alone. So I can bring at least 2 female sheep that is can be maybe newly pregnant, and I can take them to the top garden with the same strategy. But the top garden is a little bit more opened to a lot of different things, so I have to be really careful how I'm going to be doing it. But it's not hard to control. There are also gardens on the sides with barriers and stuff like that, so it's not going to be something that's going to be hard to control. So the technique that I'm actually getting in my mind right now is that I could just plant some pickets as close as possible, at least 12 centimeters, or you can say a real length, 1 inch apart, right around, and give them the stick formation. So even if they pass through there, the stick's not going to pass through there, hopefully, based on what I'm going to be doing. So as I said, I'm going to leave that for right now, head back down to my job. I got some stuff to do. So thank you all for watching on this channel, and I hope to see that this channel had bring you very good light. And if you're a young farmer, okay, I'm just 25, I have a lot doing on my hands, and I got a lot more to do. I even got assets that I cannot even touch. I'm even looking for business partners to actually do business with me because I don't have time. Okay, so it has come to a point where all my assets are actually building up on me, and I don't have any time to at least have those assets running. So I'm working on that right now for this year, trying to get someone who can be stable. So someone who can be stable enough to actually run one of my assets for me, someone that I trust, that can do the job good, and they can get a little payout for it for themselves. Um, I guess as much is not going to be something bad. So I'm gonna leave her there. She's gonna eat and eat and eat and eat. She's very strong, so certain stuffs she can pull off, certain stuff she can't pull off. So I was even thinking in the later future I could find the owner for this piece of garden, if I can talk to them, because I want to build a big animal farm. I want to have one of the biggest animal farm in Grenada, so I'm working towards that. I know it's not going to be something easy because we do got a lot of persons who thieves animals and stuff like that, but in my area here, um, we don't got that amount of stole from animals like that, you know. I'm not saying it's not going to happen or any stuff like that, but we really don't have much of a steal animal kind of a thing. But still, I'll have to do precautions, measures to make sure that all the animals are safe. So far, as I said, getting into business is one, doing it is another, and having the time is one of the biggest problems. So if you want to make sure you want to get into business, you're young, you want to do multiple businesses like I do multiple businesses, but make sure that the businesses that you're doing are not going to be suffering time one of each other. So I'm really happy that I'm young enough to actually understand that already, so I can make the adjustments right now, and I can continue growing myself. So even thanks to my contents, also I have a content that is actually for Grenada um, lifestyle. You can hit to the content of the channel, you can actually subscribe to it, and I hope for sure you can ask some cool questions if you want to visit Grenada. um, I'm not reached live subscriptions yet, but when I do reach a live subscription, I'm going to try my best to do a live where persons can actually come in live together, ask about Grenada, so forth, a lot of different nice things. So for now, I'm leaving, and I'm leaving right now. So thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.